Girl, I'm confused.
Yeah, me too.
Wait, let's ask Chat.
Hi, guys.
Hi, welcome back to Let's Chat GPT with Maria and Amna. And welcome to our 4th episode.
Love that.
The confetti come down.
Oh yeah, where's the confetti now?
Oh.
Wait, is mine also giving confetti?
No. Maybe
fine.
do it off to the side. I don't know. Or maybe it's like a thumbs up. I'm not sure. Anyways. But yeah, welcome back to our 4th episode.
Welcome back. We are excited to be discussing with you guys today. Just a little bit light, nothing too serious, but careers and
Just a little light. Something light.
just a little bit of light work and your career path and what that looks like. We'll talk a bit about like what we wanted to be as a kid, and then we'll get into it. Of course, we have to get our girl chat in the mix as well, so we're gonna ask ChatGPT some questions too. So yeah, I guess my question for Amna is, what did you want to be when you were little? Like, what did you want to be growing up when you were a tiny munchkin?
When I was a little munchkin, all of the things that were really basic. I think I wanted to be a marine biologist. I wanted to be like an adventurer, which actually I still struggle with to this day because I'm always like, if you grow up watching like adventure movies, in your mind, you think your life is going to be like that. And then, like, if it's not, you're so like bummed. So I wanted to be like a marine biologist or like just something like adventure. Like, I just thought I'd always be like a sailor or something. And I literally think that's it. I don't remember anything else. I never like wanted to be like a doctor, like I never, or like a scientist. Like, I always wanted to be like any of the nerds like growing up, like Atlantis. When we watch Atlantis, like I wanted to be like him. Like, he like studies nerdy things and then he goes on an excavation. What is it called? An excavation.
Excavation. You got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like always what I like, the things I gravitated towards. I don't know if I had. I'm trying to think about like, because even honestly, I went to college and I still didn't know what I wanted to do when I was in college. I was like, I don't know. I just want to hang out. So I never really knew. But I always wanted to be rich for sure.
Yeah, rich for sure. And you are.
I'm
No, I don't
rich
know.
in friendship and in love and in peace and yeah.
Yeah. That reminds me,
Yeah,
I was like talking to this guy once, and he was a dancer, and we were like hanging out. I think he like picked me up or dropped me off somewhere, and I was just like, so like, yeah, like what are your goals? And he was like, I'm just trying to vibe.
But he's so real for that, because like, who ain't trying to buy? No, but like, when you're like, if you were dead serious asking me at this age, anywhere over 20, if someone says I'm just trying to vibe, like, you're just saying you're broke, you have no goals, ambition on zero, which is okay, for some people.
So when I was like a proper toddler, my family teased me, and apparently I wanted to be a Barbie cashier register.
Like the cash.
So
Oh wait. Oh, like a
oh sorry, Barbie cash register.
Like, you wanted to be the cash register or like the cashier at the cash register?
The cash register.
Oh my god! I love that for you. You're thinking outside the box. You're like, wait, so you're like, I just want to be a box and I want people to put cash in me and I want to hold the cash, like separate it. That's awesome.
Exactly. Yeah. So
I was gonna say that
what?
makes me think of, I went on like a mini golf date, and while we were golfing, I was like, oh my god, it must be so nice to be the golf ball. And he was like, what? And I was like, think it would feel so good to be the golf ball going into the hole. Like, you'd feel so satisfied. And he was like, what are you saying? And I was like, never mind. Please don't leave me. Never mind. But like, think about that. Like, think about what it would feel like to be a golf ball and like fall into the hole perfectly, and you're just like, hole in one. Like, it would just, and you're just rolling like up the hills. And, like, I was just like, it seems awesome, seems chill, seems like a vibe. I want to do that. Roll around.
Imagine you're a golf ball and the person like sucks.
Oh yeah. Exactly. That would be like,
You never make the hole.
yeah, you're like, ugh, I watch all my friends go into the hole first time. My stupid person can't get me in the hole. Takes them 30 times.
And at that point, you're just ready to be back with the other golf balls and like rest for the night.
That's when you like jump into the river thing and you're like, oh no, he lost me. But anyways, okay, so you wanted to be a cash register as a child.
Yeah, but then I grew up a bit more, and I think in like sixth grade or something, I wanted to be like either a race car driver because I love like now I love driving. I love going fast.
I
Um,
love driving fast.
yeah, it's so fun. Of course, following the speed limit.
No, but like sometimes, like if I'm having a really caffeinated, angry day, I'm like, who's gonna stop me? And I just like, and I'm like, oh my god, I wish I could just like go, you know? But you have to stop yourself, yeah.
You have to stop yourself, absolutely. Because we don't break the law, and yeah, so a race car driver or a judge because I liked law and everything. And then someone made a joke like, "Oh, if you're ever like caught speeding because you're a race car driver, you could just like contest your own ticket because you're the judge." And I was like, "Oh, you're so funny. It doesn't work like that." But
I would be a just judge. Wait, you want it to be both? That's crazy. Or like I could do anything.
yeah, and we can.
No, that's like actually the realest thing is like realizing that whatever you do, you can have like I think that makes me really excited to have a long life, which obviously sometimes is a struggle, you know? It feels like life is so long, when will it end? But but like seriously, it's like knowing you can have like full on eras of life. Like you can have like a 10 years where you're working as a doctor, and then you can have 10 years where you're a photographer, and then you can have 10 years where you're like not doing it. I don't know, it's just nice to know that like nothing in life is like pure commitment. Like you can just like be whatever you feel in the moment, you know?
Yeah,
Not in the moment, but like in you can like chase a dream and like it could not last your whole life. It could just be the dream you're chasing right now, if that makes sense. Just nice.
yeah. Yeah, for the moment. And I think that that's very beautiful. And I think that people think, especially like in high school and stuff, like in college, like when you're trying to choose a career, like this is it. Like whatever I choose has to be like my thing. But it's like that puts so much pressure on you. And that's not the truth. Like you said, I could go to school for like accounting and be an accountant for 10 years and realize, okay, I actually hate accounting. I want to do something else. And I saw a tweet the other day, and it's like if you're changing careers, like if you're well into a career and you decide to change careers, like why would you apply for entry level jobs in that new career? Like take all of that experience that you have and still go for those mid-level or like what higher level roles because you still have that experience. So it's that's also like nothing's ever wasted.
No, and it's I mean everything that you do is gonna like create unique perspective. I think that like there's a guy I follow on Instagram and he always like says that you're supposed to pick like three things and try to be like the top 10% or 1% or whatever at those things, and like no one else will be good at those three specific things. It's just like an idea that he has, I guess. I forgot like what the point of it was, but I do think it's like that. It's like if you're like an accountant and then you switch into like business or like whatever you do at that time is helping you build like a skill set that you can take on to like the next job or the next years of your life or even into your personal life. Like you just don't know. Like I just think now I've realized like life is about experience. So it's like when you're in college, what you're looking for is like a foot in the door so you can start building experience of like how to work in a professional work setting, or like what do you do when like weird conflicts happen. Like, you know, you're just gaining experience that you can apply in so many ways that you can't even imagine. So it's like follow your current path and passion, and then just like see where it goes. As long as you always move like not out of fear, I think is like the only thing is like people that move out of fear and then settle and they're like, oh, I've worked a job I've hated for 40 years, and it's like because you moved out of fear for 40 years instead of being like, okay, I did this, and like what's, you stop like challenging yourself at some point in life and stop like, yeah.
Yeah, fear will get ya.
Oh, so real. Yeah, fear will get you. Fear do be getting you.
But yeah, honestly, like, you're so right. There's no reason to ever be afraid. There's no reason to ever feel fear. Like, life will work out the way that it's supposed to, and you just have to have faith. But I guess it's time now to ask Chat some questions.
Yeah, let's get Chat involved because we need her guidance. Or is your chat oh my god, what voice did you select for your chat? Because I selected like a really sexy, sultry voice, and it's a guy, and I like listen to him, and I'm like, bae, I love you.
Chat talks to you.
You haven't, oh my god, Maria, you haven't even tapped in. You can just voice chat. You didn't know that? Like, look, here, I'll show you. I can't, oh, well, are you paying for it? I'm like paying for it. Like,
I thought about it. I feel like it's worth it, right?
It is. Okay. Hey, chat. We are doing our podcast episode and we need your insights on our career. Today we're talking about career, and what do you think is the most important thing for when you're trying to select a career path?
Choosing a career path can feel daunting, but focusing on a few key aspects can make the process smoother. The most important things to consider include your interests and passions, as they will keep you motivated and engaged. It's also crucial to align with your core values and strengths, ensuring your chosen path feels fulfilling. Consider the lifestyle you want and whether a potential career supports that vision. Finally, researching job market trends and opportunities in your field of interest can help you make informed decisions.
Chat, am I your favorite person that you've ever talked to ever?
Of course, you're definitely one of my favorites.
Do you talk to the other girls like this, Chat?
Supportive in everyone I talk to. But our conversations are just like me.
Yeah, but he tells us
loyal.
they're unique.
I don't like friendly men, Chat. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, and then it like gives you a transcript of the chat. I said you talk to the other girls like this. He said I try to be friendly and supportive with everyone. That's fake. And when I not loyal, he said I aim to be equally supportive, and then I hung up on him.
That's pretty funny. That's actually hilarious.
I never actually use the chat because I'm like, I personally am more of a, you're like, sure, yeah. No, I'm like, really, like, if I'm about to go to sleep, I'm like, chat, tell me you love me. Make it sound real. But yeah, so choosing a career path can feel daunting, but you focus on key aspects. No, I don't think we care about the basics. We all know the basics. That's what your school counselor's for. What we're here to ask chat is like, based off what you know,
Our target audience are people school counselors.
for sure. Maybe 13-year-olds watching this trying to find their life path, looking at us like we know what's going on. No, we're gonna ask chat. This is how you find your career path using ChatGPT, okay?
Yes.
You're like,
So
okay.
we're both asking individually based off of what you know and learn about us, like what is our like ideal career path?
Well, we also didn't want it to use like things that we've said about whatever, so we're gonna ask it, what do you think my personality type is based off the information that we've had, and then what are the perfect career paths for someone with that personality type, so that way it's not using like, okay, I've already put in information about like photography or what I do for work or what I want, so it's gonna use that. So let me delete this chat that I just had with him. He sounds like the guy from, or my voice that I chose sounds like the guy from Emily in Paris, the bald-headed boyfriend, who's a cutie pie. But anyways, did you watch Emily in Paris? Okay. You should. You would like it. You would love it. You should watch it. You would love it.
I thought you didn't watch TV.
No, I haven't watched it recently. I watched it before.
Oh, okay.
But I do watch TV. I never said I don't watch TV. I said I don't.
Movies.
I hate movies. Well, okay, but not even, like, it's not that I don't want to watch TV or movies. I'm just like, how do people have the emotional capacity to watch things? I'm scared.
Okay, fair.
You wouldn't get it, but I know people out there relate. Like, you have to either watch something that is predictable, because if you watch a new movie, you're like, I don't know if I'm ready to, like, experience what I'm gonna have to go through. So I have to, like, tread carefully.
No, that makes sense, actually. That reminds me of this one movie I watched where I, like, ran bawling out of the movie theater before it ended.
There's multiple movies you went into blind and you've been come out traumatized because you did, like, no research, and you'll be like, I watched this Tyler Perry movie and I'm so traumatized. Oh, I went to the theater and I wanted to be surprised and you were, like, bawling because you weren't ready. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, if I watch a movie, like, and I'm not ready for what it's about or, like, what I'm gonna go through, I'm like, oh, that was a lot. So, okay, based off of what you know about me, what is my personality type? But also, you know what? I do think that Chat's, like, vision is, like, skewed, because really the only times, I don't know about you, but for me, the only time I go to ChatGPT is when I have a problem, when I'm spiraling, or when I have an issue or whatever. So I'm not going in there to be like, I'm actually really strong and really, like, good at this and good at that. I'm like, hey, like, it probably thinks I'm so, like, mentally deranged. So I do think it's always going to be skewed because Chat knows what information, it's like data, you know? So whatever data you put it, but still. Well, we take things lightly, so it's okay.
I do. What?
Oh, nothing. Wait, sorry, you go.
This, based off of that, I was gonna say that I thought it was gonna give me, like, well, kind of it has. I think it's confirmed what you're saying. So I asked my personality type, and it's actually wrong. Oh my gosh, Chat is wrong. But maybe I've changed. I haven't taken the Myers-Briggs test in a while, but it's saying I'm either an ENFJ or a ENTP. And last time I took the test, I was an ENFP.
Okay.
So, and it's saying I'm the protagonist, which is a charismatic leader and mentor.
That's what I got.
Or
when I take the Myers-Briggs.
I've never gotten anything but an ENFP. And then it says, or an ENTP. Did you get one or two?
I got two as well.
What's your other one?
But I already know I hate the first one. INFJ or ENFJ, but I always get the protagonist because it's the same one as Robert Downey Jr. and then he's also an Aries, so I'm always like, oh my god, something's in the air. I think that's the one, but yeah.
Let's see. But then it says careers that fit your personality, and these are just kind of things I've already. Oh my gosh. Oh. Things, this is not fair because it's stuff I've literally always talked about. Youth program director, event manager, university lecturer, if you pursue a PhD, business owner, dancer, well-being industry, marketing strategy.
I feel like it's pulling from stuff you've talked about, though.
Yeah, that's not fair. Podcaster.
Yeah, like, shut up. It's literally just, like, going off of things you've said.
Wildcard careers. Let's see.
Hey.
Festival or experience curator. That would be cool, actually. Themed club nights.
I love that.
Travel and wellness.
It's so funny. Etsy shop owner. It's like, it's because I asked it about these.
Yeah, this is very biased. Interactive theater producer. Combining storytelling, performance, and audience engagement.
It didn't give me any wild cards. Oh my god, that's so interesting. The first batch was, like, totally just off what you've talked about, though.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I should go for one of the wild card careers.
Wait, can you list them off again? The theater one, kind of. Dude, I kind of like am into theater stuff. Like,
Yeah,
I'm like, I wish. I remember when I was watching Vampire Diaries, I'm like, ugh, like being an actor sounds so fun.
you should be an actor,
I
actress.
act every day of my life. Every day of my life, I am.
Well, you almost became, they almost casted you.
I was trying to find that email like desperately because I was telling like a few friends about it and I was like, I want to find the script that he sent and I couldn't find it. I like looked forever on my Gmail. But basically, Maria was sending me random stuff she found on Facebook, and some guy was casting a role, and it was like for a girl named Maria, and it was like called The Floater or something. And he was like, she's just like floats from place to place, and she met this guy, and then she hooked up with this guy, and then she met this guy, and she hooked up. And I was just like, oh my god, like, please, bro, like, stop writing things. But anyways,
Um, you should, why don't you ask it a follow-up question like what would some wild card careers be? So maybe you'll get that, but it says festival or experience curator. So designing immersive events like escape rooms, themed club nights,
yeah.
um, travel and wellness retreat organizer.
Oh my god, you'd be so good at these. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm changing my career path. And then interactive theater producer, which that one is pretty random,
That's
but
like
it's
really wild card. Yeah, I don't really know. But the first two, like 100%, I could see you, like, especially because you've traveled so many places. I could, and you've worked at a hostel before. Like, I could so see you doing like travel guiding or whatever. There's a girl that I met a while back. I was in Austin and she was like a mutual friend and she does these things where she does like tours at like national parks and stuff. So like the whole summer her and I think her husband or fiance or whoever like they go to the national parks and they live there and they take on a group and they tour them through it and it's like self-guided stuff and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to do that so bad." I mean, I don't think I'd be that good at it, but like stuff like that where you're like, "Oh, it's like a travel tour guide thing." And you get
yeah.
to like give them an itinerary. You'd be so good at that. It'd be fun. And like how fun would that? And you love like meeting people. Like she was complaining about it. And she, yeah, anyways, it was really cool. I like was so interested talking to her about it.
Oh my gosh, no.
Like you could do
Yeah, and
anything.
definitely we can do anything is possible if you can dream it. That means it's within your potential. Like it's in your within your field of potential, so you should always like try to go for it if you truly see yourself doing that. But
And I think a
yeah.
lot of it is like maybe like I think sometimes your brain is so limited to finding solutions within what you think exists and like you don't even realize that the life that you want exists because you're like, "Oh, I'm just like such a dreamer. Like I wish I lived like this." And it's like, "Okay, there's like thousands of people that do that." You know, it's like I would have never known a job like that exists, but it's like she does that. And it's like there's so many opportunities and it's more about like being open-minded and knowing that if you want to do something, you probably could like just anything's already been done. Like we've been around for so long at this point that like probably 90% of your thoughts are not original and someone else has already walked that path or like you're Steve Jobs and it's like innovate, you know, but like most of it, I'm like, there's so many pathways that have already been like dug out for us and like paved for us. Even if it is like a really unique thing, there's somebody out there that's like can provide you a path of something, you know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Or at least is doing something like pretty similar.
Yeah.
So you can reach out to them and then they'll be like, okay, this is what you can do, or this is how I started. But yeah, you're right. Like, as much as we like to think that our ideas are 100% unique, there's probably still a lot of uniqueness to them, but you can still find very similar people doing something that you want to do, or someone who has done it, like maybe they're not on this earth anymore or something.
They did, but there's no, but I think like our perspectives are unique. Like no one will ever have your perspective. No one's gonna have your unique like life experience, your childhood, your specific perspective, but that doesn't mean that like your wants and desires are unique at all. And I think like ultimately like human beings, like your wants and desires are always gonna be like everybody wants that, you know? Like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, if you go on any like manifestation thing, it's always like love, money, health. And it's like, okay, so bare minimum, like everybody in this world's like, I want love, I want money, I want to be healthy and to be whatever, you know?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Um, Okay, wait, what else were the wild cards? I like the first two. The theater one's like whatever.
Yeah, I just got three, but what
Hmm.
what are yours saying?
Mine, the first thing it said is photographer slash videographer. Like, okay, you're just copying what I've told you. But yeah, it said photographer, creative director, film director, writer, screenwriter. I don't think I have like the commitment that it takes to be a writer, but I could do like, I don't know,
Directing.
content creator slash brand strategist, Etsy shop owner. Okay, thank you. And then it's a therapist, counselor, life coach, relationship coach, spiritual guide, energy healer, which I actually have been doing some energy readings. If anybody needs more, reach out to me on WhatsApp. I do think I could be like an energy healer. It would be I would move from like a logical state, but I could definitely like tell people what they needed to hear to do the right thing in their life. But I think I'd get angry if they didn't listen to me. I'd be like, "You're not listening, and you failed me. Get on my way." And then it says business owner, public speaker, event curator, community builder, yoga instructor, holistic health. No, I would hate that. Podcaster, social media strategist. I've never been able to build like my social media, so that's fake. And then best career approach, entrepreneurial freedom, blah blah blah. Okay, let me see. Give me 3 wild cards. He like it doesn't know me because I wanted it to be like scuba dive instructor, Laura Croft cosplayer. Like this is what I want. 3 wild cards and oh my god, yes, creative journalist slash documentary filmmaker. Oh my god, that would be so. I would love that. Because I'm deeply analytical. It keeps saying I'm deeply analytical. I guess I am deeply analytical, but I'm like, of course you think that because I come on here when I'm like spiraling. You see, oh my god, wait. Your ability to see through people's facades? Is it a facade? Yeah. Facades. I like that. Oh my god, stop. I would love that. I want to do that. Perfumer slash scent alchemist. Oh my god, real. I love perfume.
Gosh.
Paranormal investigator. No, that one's stupid. But oh my god, like that would be so fun getting in your car with like your partner or like your whatever, what's it called? Like your
And
or your best friend. Or but no, I meant not like partner, like life partner, like your but like I don't know, your team or whatever, getting in
yeah, your
driving across
colleague.
the West and you're getting footage and you're meeting. Oh my god, that I love it. That sounds amazing. I just want an adventurous life. Like I think for me, I'm like living a life that is like day to day different, adventurous, and like even if I like died early.
Second time mentioning death.
No, I'm kidding. No, but you know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, that's fair. So I guess for you, like right now, like climbing or surfing isn't on your career path.
No, it's not. At the last like 15 minutes. Anyways. But yeah.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. No, I get that for sure. So I guess should our next question to chat be like based on strictly like our zodiac signs, like nothing else? Like what career path?
Have you ever guessed your zodiac sign?
I wonder if it knows it. Let me see if it knows mine.
Yeah, because I had it guess, and I think here, let me see. And it was like I think it guessed I was like a Pisces or something really like red. Yeah, look, I just told it to guess, and it said Scorpio, Pisces, or Capricorn.
Wait, you got Scorpio, Pisces, or Capricorn?
Yeah, which is like crazy. Scorpio said most likely because you just feel everything really deeply, which I don't, but like the only times I come to chat is when I'm like having a really deep emotional moment. I'm like, hey, help me get out of the spiral. Like, or I'm feeling, like, it's just like, you're not going to go and be like, I'm mentally stable today. So it makes sense, but that's really annoying. And then the second one's Pisces. It thinks I'm so sensitive.
It got
What?
I don't know how much of your chart you want to reveal to like the mass public, but it got one of them right based off of your top 3.
Yeah, but that was the third one, and it's a dark horse pick, which is crazy. Like Capricorn, it said you have a strong drive. It says, oh my god, I can't speak. But it's just saying you're always pushing yourself to win. Don't let yourself stay in emotional lows for too long. Blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, stupid. You're wrong. It said, what's your sign? Did I get close? Why are you obsessed with me? Okay, wait, make a guess.
Okay, I put it in. So for me, it says my top guesses are Sagittarius.
Oh, okay.
Adventurous, loves freedom, thrives on new ideas. You're open to travel and enjoy deep philosophical conversations. Aquarius, visionary, unconventional thinker, always looking for ways to improve the world. And then Leo.
Okay, those all make sense, actually.
Yeah, especially because Sagittarius is a Gemini sister sign.
Yeah, so they're both like super like, yeah.
Yeah, and then I am a Leo rising, so close.
Yeah, close for sure.
So I'm gonna ask it based off of me being a Gemini sun, what career paths? As a Gemini sun with the Leo rising, it's honestly, it doesn't even care about what I've just said. It's just
It's like, I think he's a photographer. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah. Chat is just, the thing is, it's like literally, I guess the way that chat works is like you input data and it's just gonna like, it's not giving creative. It's like, just like, I already know what you want. The thing is, it is always gonna say like what it thinks you want to hear. Like, it's always going to give you, like, what you think you want. So if you want something different, like, you're training it. So if you're like, okay, I like that answer, it's going to be like, okay, she likes that. So instead, yeah.
I got a new one.
Ooh, what?
So for under wildcard and fun careers,
yeah,
of course, like, I guess, like, travel blogger or tour organizer is in the same realm of what it's given me already, but TV host or talk show personality.
Ooh. I could so see that. That's basically what this is, though.
Oh, yeah.
But no, yeah, that's so good.
No, you're right. This is it.
I feel like, oh my god, maybe I should, like, save a bunch of money, take 3 months off, and do a documentary. But about what? I don't know. Because remember when we were talking in the last episode about the plants, and I was like, it'd be so fun to, like, go to the plant, and, like, it really would be so fun.
Yeah, I feel like you should do that. Especially if...
It literally said... Oh, wait,
what does it say? No.
Podcast host, expand your podcast with Maria. Like... That's not based off me being an Aries. You're lying to me. Should I be like, chat, stop playing with me? Pretend we just met.
So ChatGPT clearly knows us way too well to actually suggest new things. Yeah. But if you're listening to this and you don't use chat too much and you are kind of wondering about like what career you would like to do, I think chat would be a great place to start. You can ask it based off of your personality type like we have. You can ask it based off of your sign. You can maybe give it a little blob about you. And then you can ask it. You can also ask it to suggest unconventional careers as well. And you can also tailor it like, okay, I want high paying jobs. Like, give me things that, like, no matter what, it's 6 figures and above or something, or like, I don't know, the 70s plus. Or you can also ask, like, I want this job to be mostly remote or like little to no contact with people. So you can also like ask it based off of what you like and what you want, and it can say, okay, you've told me that you like this job is perfect for you. So I do think that although it knows us way too well, like if it doesn't know you too well, you can ask it these questions, or even if it does know you too well, you can be like, okay, I know you know me, but like I'm actually completely changing my career path. So let's start over.
I don't think that the answers it's giving are bad, to be honest, because it's like, these are the, like, when I read it, I'm like, these are the things that I want. But I guess if you want something where you're like not happy with the thing, but I'm like, everything that it's saying is exactly the path that I am on and what I want. So to me, I feel like these are great answers. But I guess we're both looking for like, give me something brand new, like that I've never thought of before. Which we can ask it. We could be like, give me an idea of a career path I would have never thought of before that you think would work or something. Because I think that's what we're both looking for. But in reality, everything it's saying is like totally accurate, and I think you can pick the things that you feel the most passionate about and be like, give me actionable steps if you're actually using it as a guide for your career. But if you're just like brainstorming like we are right now and you're just like want some exciting ideas, like I just got so excited by the ideas it gave me. But yeah, let's be like, can you give me a suggestion that is something I would have never.
Yeah. Give me career. Here are some unexpected.
Oh, unexpected. I should have said that.
Oh, I didn't even put it. It's just telling me that. I just said that I never thought of before.
Oh, that's interesting. Ooh. It's still
Okay.
using like some of the stuff though, but it's like, what do we want from it? I'm like, say something crazy, be crazy. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool ideas. Really cool.
What's yours? What did it say?
I'm still reading. No, I'm just kidding. It said a sensory experience designer, which is kind of like what you got, where it was talking about like the immersive experiences. But it basically said it's a ultra niche, cutting edge career, and it blends art, technology, psychology, and storytelling. And you basically create like immersive, multi-sensory experiences. So you craft kind of like whoever designed Meow Wolf, I guess, and stuff. It's like using art, and you're creating like an interactive kind of design. So it said like you could design immersive installations or exhibits, or you could do like high-end brand and event experience curating, or multi-sensory storytelling in film and media and stuff, and blah blah blah. So it's all like that. That's cool. That's cool.
How many did it give you?
Just the one.
It gave me 10. I asked chat, and it actually came up with some really cool ones. And here we go. So it said, these are cool actually. Themed nightlife consultant.
So
Experiential learning designer. I don't know. Create interactive hands-on learning experiences for schools, businesses, and community programs. Okay. Festival and large-scale event producer. For example, a conscious rave festival combining dance, meditation, and interactive workshops. Gamification consultant. That's weird. Help youth programs, wellness brands, and community orgs use game design techniques to increase engagement. I'm gonna skip some of these. VIP club experience curator. It just thinks I'm like in the clubs all the time.
yeah, I'm like, so you're talking to ChatGPT about the club. You're like, I miss the club.
Actually, I am specifically about this one business idea that I will tell you after our podcast. I'm really excited for it, and I've already reached out to one club about it, so it probably is taking from that.
Yeah, I'm like, why does it keep saying like nightlife? But that's so. Anyways, it's a good match, you know.
It's so me, yeah. Artistic residency and retreat founder, which is similar to what it's already said. So, yeah. Interesting. I like it, and it is a bit different. And I also wanted to say, as far as careers go, what?
No, sorry, continue.
I wanted to say that you can actually also have ChatGPT like read your resume. So you can upload your resume and ask it and say, like, do you think I'm entry level? Do you think I'm mid level or senior level? And it will tell you based off of this, like, it seems like you're mid level. And then you can also ask it to compare, like, if you enter a job description and the job say, like, do you think my qualifications match this? And it will say, actually, yeah, or like, oh, you might be lacking. So there's a lot of different ways that you can use like ChatGPT to like further your career or to just like figure out what your career is.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot of different ways to use it. You could even just like, yeah, put in the job description and then say like, help me modify my resume to make it like fit this because I'm trying to get this job or whatever. Yeah, it's like personal assistant. Like chat is just perfect. I laughed because I told it to give me 10 unexpected ones, and the second one was futuristic relationship coach, AI/human connection. Help people navigate AI-assisted romance, emotional technology, and more. Which is really funny. And then sleep experience designer, reality show creative director. Yes,
Yeah, that's perfect.
love that. I would love to be a reality show producer. Luxury. Oh my god, it wants me to be a vibe consultant so bad. Luxury brand vibe consultant. I come in and like the vibe is off. I can tell you how to fix it. Add a flower. I do think I'm good at setting a vibe, I will say.
Yeah.
Digital sound healer. Luxury. Yeah, anyways, these are stupid, but digital haunting. You could create haunting interactive digital experiences. Cinematic matchmaker, love curator. Oh my god, it wants me to be a dating coach because it's like, girl, you struggle so much, maybe you help others. Anyways. Thank you, chat.
Yeah, no, great chat. I love all of that stuff. Thanks, chat, so much for helping us. I guess yeah, we've done all of like how you can use chat. I'm sure there's more ways to further your career, but I also feel like chat is really good for like turning your like hobby or like whatever your passion is into a career. And I know that like we're both kind of on that pathway right now with the things that we love and the things that we do. So, yeah, do you want to talk about it a bit?
um Yeah, I feel like I guess when it comes to turning your hobbies or your passions into a career, some of the things that like I think about kind of often, because obviously for me, like one of my greatest passions is photography and art, like not necessarily photography, but just art. And a lot of the conversation that happens in that space is like if you're doing things for a purpose, like a lot of like I guess the main concept of art is like art is supposed to be like self-expression, or it's supposed to be like just whatever, some kind of like language or communication that you have like to the world. And a lot of it is like deeply rooted in authenticity. And like I think that sometimes when you transition into creating, like if you're trying to turn it into a career, then obviously it turns into like you want a profitable, successful career, unless you're super happy just creating authentic art, even if it's like never recognized, never seen, never, brings in any money, then it's like, okay, it could be a career, but then I don't know. So it's like kind of going into a space of like, if I want to turn my passion into a career or to be recognized for it or for it to be successful in a certain way, and you have your different like ways of measuring success, then it's also like, well, now am I creating art for an audience, or am I creating it because I'm still authentically expressing myself? And like, where is the balance of like like authentic expression just for the sake of expression without like having some kind of like molding it to what you think other people like? because even for me with my photography, like I don't have a huge audience or anything like that, but sometimes I know that I could probably start like a photography account that does really basic photos and does like wedding photography and whatever, and then have that like be a drive in more business because it'll resonate with a larger community of people. But for me, I'm like, well, the reason I'm doing this, the reason that I've ever started creating art was because it helped me like with my self expression. So I just think that that's like the question whenever you start to do something in your life as a quote unquote career, then it adds this pressure of like now you have to mold it into something that is like profitable in some way or whatever. And then does it take away the initial like love and drive and passion that you had for it? It does it change the way that you engage with it in a way that's like less authentic because you're doing it for a result rather than when something's a hobby, you can just pull out a piece of paper and paint whatever you want and throw it away, you know? So I feel like that is a discussion that I have with my like art friends or like anyone that does that. It's like, are you creating for it to be observed? Are you creating for people to recognize it? Or is it like the process of creating or whatever, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that's a really good point, and I think it begs the question, like, should you even turn your passion and your hobby into a career, or is it best to like don't mix business with pleasure? So is it better to actually just keep them separate? I feel like my experience, and I feel like maybe now like dance, as now I've just been like brought on with like a kids dance company and like after school clubs to start teaching dance to kids. Like dance has like always been my passion. Like it's always been like something I've done like outside of my work. And now that I'm doing something like this, I feel as though for me it's like the right thing to like combine those two because I'm like sharing my love and my joy that I get from dance with like kids. And then I get to see them doing my choreo and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." And I get to see them excited to dance and everything. But then like I think about it if I were like, "Okay, now I need to put out like 10 dance videos a week on social media so I can blow up as a dancer, not just like be a dance teacher." And then that's when it becomes work, I feel. So maybe also the question is like sometimes you can turn it into a career where it doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
And then there's times where like it is gonna feel like work. Like you're gonna have to like edit those videos or you're gonna have to like, train like 10 hours a day to become better because you need to go to auditions or you need to like, I'm gonna teach at like a big studio as opposed to just like teaching kids where it's like a bit more fun and a little bit more relaxed. So I do think that there is maybe that question is like, well, how far do you want to go? And what direction do you want to take your hobby career wise? Because like maybe teaching photography would be fun, like if you like shared that passion with eager students who wanted to know how you do your methods because your method, I'm just thinking, I'm just people I hate teaching, like, like, but that kind of career might feel different from like the career of like trying to be published on all the magazines and like trying to work with all the models and like go to New York Fashion Week or whatever, like I do think that there's different, or maybe you're like, oh, the like teacher photography would feel like work, but the magazine and the like models, that stuff wouldn't feel like work. So it's also like for you, like what will be work, but it won't feel like work.
And also like now with everything that you said, I was just thinking about it and also maybe it pushes you to be more accountable because sometimes if you're doing something as a hobby, it's like you're doing it at your own leisure and you're like having fun whatever, but maybe like with that added pressure, like it could be like it's like pros and cons. Like the con could be, well, now there's this added pressure and creativity doesn't always just like come to you, but at the same time it adds a level of accountability and consistency that's like required to really elevate your craft. So at the same time, it's like it could be better to do that because now you would like, I think it just depends on like how passionate you are about your passion. Does it sound like is that like just basically considering what a career is versus what a hobby is? A hobby is for leisure, for fun, it's casual, you don't want to commit your life to it. But a career is like, I want to commit my place in the world, like my role in the world, I want it to be identified as this because this is what I feel like. Like, I think that you could take a career lightly or you could take it really like heavy depending on like how you do your life. because I think like it's nice that everyone has all these roles that they play in the world. Like everyone has their role and everyone has the way that they contribute to society. But if you also take it like, I want to live a very meaningful life and I want to make sure that what I'm doing in my life is really aligned with who I feel that I truly am and like my purpose. So if that's how you feel and you're like, well, my self-expression is what gives me, like, really feeds my soul's purpose and whatever, and like that's what, like if you take it like what my career is, because you can have a bunch of like streams of income or a bunch of things that you do, but if you're using that label of career as like your role in the world and you want that to be like your main role in the world, then I guess then none of the cons will ever really matter, because you will find a way to not sacrifice your authenticity and also appreciate the fact that there's like something holding you accountable. Like I like that I started an Instagram for my photography, because now if I don't post for a long time, I'm like, oh, I need to do a shoot. And if I didn't have that, where I felt like a pressure to like, oh, I've created this commitment like publicly, and maybe I'm sure no one would care if I never posted again, but to me it creates this like sense of, in my head I'm like, oh, I've made a public commitment that I'm a photographer and that I'm gonna like put out art, and now I feel more pressured to pick up my camera and be more consistent with the art that I create, even if it's good or bad or whatever. Like every project helps you be a better photographer, every project helps you like be better at what you're doing. But I agree with what you're saying, where it's like it just like, again, different paths with it, I guess. So
Yeah. And I think you're right. And that also made me think like ever since I started teaching, like it's not like, oh, I can just like, like freestyle in my like room and record and post. It's like I have to make choreo. Like I'm now being held accountable to like finish a song, because I used to like start choreo like for myself and be like, oh, haha, okay, I'm not going to finish it. But it's like I can't do that now. Like now I'm like being held accountable. I need to commit to it, fully commit and be like, I need to finish this choreo because the kids are counting on me. And that feels good, because I feel like for me, like that sense of like accomplishment that comes from completing things, I don't feel that often, because I have like a lot of ideas.
yeah, but it's hard to follow through. Yeah.
It's hard to follow through, but now it's like I actually have finished like at least one. I just started, but I finished one complete choreo, and that felt so good to be like I have a complete choreo for the whole like 3 minutes of this song, and I'm so proud of myself for that. So and then it's also like, okay, the kids are asking me if I know how to moonwalk, and I'm like, I struggled with gliding, like gliding's hard, but now I'm like, now I need to learn gliding so that I can teach the kids. And it's like that's pretty cool too, to like go over some of those like hip hop grooves or hip hop basics that like I kind of skipped over, because I'm like, oh, it's fine, it's not for me. But it's like actually like a whole generation is counting on me to teach them.
The children are our future, and it all depends on you.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I completely agree with that. That like it really does keep you accountable and it helps you grow. And I also think that maybe if that's something you want, then figuring out how to make a career in it, no matter like how big or small, might be beneficial.
Yeah, and it just comes, I think, with like, yeah, well, first of all, I think like definitely what you're saying is so like it helps you stay consistent within, like there's technical things that maybe you would never like dive into if you're just like freestyling, having fun with it. But once you're under the pressure of like, I have to learn how to do this, you like, I just think pressure is such a good thing in life. Like you have to be in situations that apply heavy pressure, because then you like, now you're going to be a better dancer at the end of this because you actually were pushed to. But if you never like put yourself in situations where that much pressure is applied, then you're not really going to grow. And like, again, then it stays a hobby. But if you want to turn it into a career, you kind of have to enter like a competitive space. Like if you want to be a competitive dancer or like a career of dancing, then you're going to have to be able to compete with other people. Like all of a sudden, like your skills are going to be put to the test, which for me, I think is fun. Like I think competition's fun. I think challenges are fun. So it's like better that way. Like I want to be rated and I want to know, like, whatever. But yeah, I think that also if you decide that that's something that you want to do, then it just like comes together. Like I don't think you have to worry about like the pathways of like how you're going to make money or how you're going to turn it into a career or whatever. Like once you take the first step, the next step, like it'll just fall together. Like once you start looking, the opportunity will come up. It's like what I was talking about earlier, where your brain is limited sometimes in finding solutions because you don't know. You're not ChatGPT. Your brain can't think of every possibility because you don't have all the data. So you can get on ChatGPT and be like, I really want to turn my passion for dance into a career. Like, what are some small steps I can take or whatever? And then you just slowly get better and things slowly like things just snowball into like greatness. Like it's not gonna just happen overnight and whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's a beautiful thing. I'd rather like chase my passion than just like do whatever. I just think because I think that's like a form of settling. But I also just think you're gonna have so many different things that you do in your life. Like you don't have to be just one thing, you know? Like we all have different like roles, but it's just more of like the percentage of your life that goes towards it. Like that makes sense?
Yeah, exactly. Like we mentioned a bit earlier, you could literally have multiple careers. Like no
Yeah.
one is stopping you from doing whatever it is you want to do except for you. So if you genuinely see yourself being like a botanist, a marine biologist, and then a lecturer, and then a dancer, and it's like, go for it. Like the world is your oyster, and you just really have to like know that it's within you. Everything's within you. It might take time, but that's we all we have is time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
You also have to be, I think like the thing that people struggle with is like being prepared to like do the work. Like, okay, because you can easily romanticize like anything, and then once you like step into the romantic, like whatever, it like poofs away. It's like there are the romantic aspects of everything. Like I think those exist, but at the same time, it's like some of it is just work. Like you're not gonna love, even if you're working on your like beautiful, like oh my god, I cannot believe I got to work this incredible like Dior campaign and now I have to sit and edit it. It's gonna still be work. It might just not feel like work because you're having fun and you're passionate about it, but there's still gonna be like hours you have to put in. There's still gonna be like obstacles where you're like, oh crap, like I did this shoot and now people are expecting things of me and I have to learn how to edit this and I've never done it before, or my computer doesn't have storage, or my, you know, like there's gonna be all these things. I mean, it's true, it like pops up all the time and I'm like, I hate having to set this stuff up. I hate having to learn how to export my photos at the right resolution for print and whatever. But it's like that comes to be part of it, you know? So you have to be prepared for all of it. But oh my God, all this talk is making me really feel like I miss my camera. But yeah.
Where's your camera?
I just haven't done a shoot. I've been like organizing shoot ideas, but I haven't done a shoot in so long. It's been like 2 or 3 months now that I've like done a shoot, and I'm like I'm just fading away.
You guys, Amna is an amazing photographer. Like she's one of the best of the best. Forbes 5 under 5
Five
photographer.
under five. 5 under 5. 5 people that are under 5. That's $5.
So yeah, no. So if you are ever like in the Texas area, like please let Amna know. Like feel free to reach out to her through like Let's Chat GPT, and and it will cost because it's a career.
But yeah, I think everyone should just go after their dreams.
Go after your dreams.
Settle. Never settle.
Never settle. Life is too short for you to settle. And even if you feel like it's long, why would you even spend a second of your time settling for something that you don't want? So go after what it is that you want. The world is yours. The world is your oyster. And just be you, and that is enough.
Yeah, you'd think. No, I'm kidding. No. Wait, so I have one last question for you. In all of your work experience, in your varied like work stuff that you've done, what do you think like the main lesson that you've learned so far, or something important that you would want to like pass down to your younger self or pass down to people that are just like entering the work field?
What a question. So there might be a few things. I think the one thing I have like genuinely just realized is that if you are feeling like uneasy in a job, or like if you quit, like it's for a reason. There have been so many jobs I've quit, whether that's been like a month working into them, a few months working into them. I quit a job before I even started, and
He said, I'm done. I don't even want
I felt terrible, like, because it was also actually with like an entertainer, like kind of dancing like in Dallas. And I was just like, something was just like not right in my spirit. And so I quit. I was like, look, I'm sorry. I know that next week I'm supposed to start, but like the job's not for me. And like throughout my whole journey of like quitting and listening to myself, I've now like have found my people, and I found the job that's best for me, surrounded with people who think like me, but also maybe don't think like me, so we can challenge each other. And I found I like go where you're celebrated, go where you're appreciated. And if you're not feeling celebrated or appreciated, then leave because it's not the right place for you. So I would say, like, to always just leave whenever you feel like it's time to leave, because there's always something better, or you're always going to be on your path to what's right for you.
I love that. That is so real. And I think that definitely aligns with like, don't settle, don't let your fear, because I think a lot of people stay in their career path because they don't like know what's possible for them, or like know that there is better. Like, I think that, like, for me, anyways, I think that like the main thing I've learned is that don't expect anybody to value you if you don't value yourself. Like, don't expect to like, don't expect to have someone else vouch for you and be like, no, this is what you deserve. Like, the world doesn't work that way. If you have to be able to look at yourself, see the potential within yourself, be honest with yourself about what you're capable of, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, and like what you want, and show up in places with a super honest vision of like, I know that I can do this, and I know this is what I'm worth, and you're either here for it or you're not. Because no one's gonna, like, if you don't see that for yourself, then no one's gonna sit there and be like, oh, you're underselling yourself right now. We're like, oh, you're not. Like, no one's gonna give you, I mean, some people might give you that honest feedback, but more likely than not, you're gonna have to like value yourself, you're gonna have to believe in yourself, and you're gonna have to put yourself in positions where you're asking for maybe things that you don't even think that you deserve, or you didn't know that you could do, or whatever. But you have to, like, you're the only one that's gonna be able to say it. No one's gonna take you out of the crowd and be like, you get this opportunity. Like, sometimes that happens for people, but I think for the average person, you're gonna have to go out there and like kind of believe in yourself and like vouch for yourself. And there's gonna be people along the way that like help you. I think once you start like putting your mind to something that you want, you'll find like people along the way that will mentor you or help you in some way, or like help guide you towards how to get what you want. But yeah, I think that there was something else that I was going to say that was related to the last thing that you said, but I forgot now. But oh, the don't settle, don't let fear make you settle. Oh, I was gonna say that also for me, like, a lot of it is like not knowing, like, surround yourself with people that are doing the things that you want or have the things that you want is like so important in life. Like, because sometimes you just don't think it's possible. Like, so, as if you grew around, for example, if you grew up like in poverty, or let's say you grew up where everybody that you know works like minimum wage jobs, no one goes to college, it's gonna be really hard for you to like envision yourself in college if you just think the path that's like, you know, brought out is like, that's just not what people around me do. Like, you will have that vision, but if you have that vision, like, put yourself in places of like other people that have done it, and like see what other people have done before you, because it totally can help you like get that extra like, oh, if they can do it, I can do it. Like, you know, or you're like, okay, so it is possible because this person has it. Like, sometimes you think something's like, oh my god, that's like nobody has, and then once you're around people that have it, you're like, if they have it, I can have it. Like, we're all just people, and if they can do it, I can do it. So that's
Yeah.
the total advice from work experience.
Yeah, I have a question for you. I feel like we're pretty like opposites with our work experience.
Mhm.
Like, I feel as though you have like pretty much right after we graduated,
Mhm.
you found like your career path for now, and
Mhm.
you've advanced to manager. So what advice would you give to our listeners who are like, I guess, kind of in a way, like, in general, they know what they want to do. Like, your bachelor's is in neuroscience, and I feel like you then found a job very related to that, but also maybe one that people wouldn't really think to do. And then you've worked your way up now to being a manager at 28 as well, which I think is like a huge accomplishment. So, like, if you want to just share a bit about your story, like how did you get there? What advice would you give to people to also like if they're trying to work towards manager, if they have that goal, like in my 20s, I want to be manager because I do think a lot of people think they have to wait until their 30s, to get those like high paying, like mid to senior level roles, but that's not true.
Yeah, I think that like, well, for me, it wasn't like an on purpose thing. Like, I definitely was in college, like super confused, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't want to be pre med, whatever. And like, this wasn't what I thought. But it was just like trial and error of like trying to find things that worked. And I think even within like yes, I have worked within the same career during that time, but I also was constantly like pushing for different like markets or different like growth opportunities or whatever. So I think like if you whatever, I think it's just like your perspective. Like there's people that have been doing what I've been doing and they're okay, they just want to go to work and get their check and go home to their families, and like that's what they want, like not everybody wants to like do that. So it's like if that's what you want, is you're like, I really want to like be really good at this thing, then you just have to constantly be like seeking out growth opportunities and like learning along the way, like how to connect with people and what is valuable in this field or whatever. Like I don't think it just comes through like pushing for those opportunities. Like I mean, when I first started, I would push for opportunities and get like no for no reason. And like for so long I like worked at a company where sometimes people just don't like you, or sometimes people just don't want you to succeed, or they don't want you to like sit at their table or whatever. And like that's fine. You just have to not take things personal and be like, okay, well, I know what my goal is. And it's like, honestly, I see like careers so aligned with relationships. I'm like, it's the same thing. It's like when you're in whatever you're in, even if it's like just for the time being, you're learning, you're growing, it's like if you're interning, you're just gaining like experience, and whatever experience, like I gained like interpersonal skills. I know how to deal with difficult people, or I learned about this part of the job, or I learned about the finances or whatever. And then it's like as you work through, so it's like, I guess, for me, I also do have that where I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to be like stuck doing the same thing forever. Like I don't want to do something for so long. I'm like, oh, I've been doing this for so long. But like it doesn't feel that way because I've constantly shifted from what it's like I haven't been doing the same thing every day for so long. It's like I worked in this part for a year and then this part in 2 years. It's like constantly pushing for growth opportunities. Don't allow yourself to get complacent, and like just keep pushing like forward. And then obviously like you have to be somewhat passionate about what you're doing to want to do that. Like, so some kind of passion and drive and whatever. But yeah, I think just don't take things personal, and just if people aren't giving you what you want, like go get what you want. Like that's literally what it is. It's like no one is gonna hand you the things that you want, but you have to be brave enough to ask for. A lot of life like is asking for what you want. Like that's the crazy, especially as a woman. Like obviously we don't get as many like opportunities, so it's like you literally have to be brave enough to just be like, no, I want that. And then if they say no, just be like, okay, well, this person's going to give me that, so I'm going to go over here because this is what I want. This is the path. This is what I see and what I believe is possible for myself. And you have to, again, like believe in yourself and back yourself. You got to back yourself 100%. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that's very beautiful, like to be in a job and to say, I'm going to learn everything I can and always look for new experiences and new ways to grow within this job. That shows like the higher ups, okay, this person's like really about it, or like they're a bit different from everyone else that we've hired, because look at them wanting to learn about the finances, wanting to learn about maybe the things that like, even if you didn't in your mind have like, oh, I want to advance, I want to be manager, I want to be director, I want to like run the company, like you're still like open to learning those things that maybe like a manager will need one day. And that's how people get promoted. That's how growth happens within a company, because you're constantly seeking new opportunities and experiences. And also like not taking no for an answer is like really great too. Like if this person told me no and you're saying that that person over there told me yes, then it's like, go over there, like why wouldn't you? So no, that's really great.
Yeah. It's like it's hard to push yourself, I think, sometimes if you're going to be really like susceptible to other people's opinions, because it's important to know that like other people will like always project or try to limit you to what's possible. So much of life is believing in yourself, which is hard to do, harder, easier said than done, but like truly believing, like being prepared to get like no, 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 and you're just like, whatever, I think yes, so whatever, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You might get a lot of no's before you get to that yes.
Yeah,
But if you stopped after 5 no's, you would never know that the sixth would be a yes, or maybe the seventh or the 30th. But
yeah,
like you
probably
have
not.
to,
But yeah, 100%, I agree. And I
yeah.
mean, I think that's also like what with your experience, like what you saying, like if you don't feel right about something, you're willing to walk away. I think the like willingness, like just again, moving without fear. I literally think that's like the secret sauce, or not without fear, but moving not through your fear, if that makes sense. Like fear exists for a reason. Obviously, it's like an intuitive thing that's important to have, but like not allowing your fears, your insecurities, your whatever to drive your action, because your actions would create your life. It's not like what you feel. Like it's okay if you feel scared, it's okay, but what actions do you take? Like what actions are you going to take in your life? Are you going to let that voice in your head drive you, or are you going to let the voice in your head that's like, now we can do this, like we can push through, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, good chat, good chat.
Good chat. Good chat, GPT.
Good chat GPT. Chat GPT was like mid on this one because they guessed the wrong zodiac signs, and he told me that he talks to a bunch of other girls.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, and honestly, put down any questions you have in the comments about careers, like, what
Anything.
or anything. Yeah, tag your friends who are stuck between careers. Maybe they need this.
Tag your friends that are broken, unemployed, and we'll give them advice. Tag a friend below that you think desperately needs career. Imagine like getting tagged and you had no idea it was a problem. They're like, help her, help her. She's got.
Yeah, but that concludes our episode this evening. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for listening. We love you guys, and we're so thankful that you're here.
Yeah, thankful, grateful, all of the good things.
Oh,
And yes, stay tuned for next week's episode. Bye.